Welcome back, everybody. I am the Doc Bob Lee from 107.5 WBLS, and you are watching Open, and we're having a good time. Hope you are. Our next guest is a violinist, and he's here to speak about his career as a musician and to keep us plugged in on his latest work. He's doing some great things. So please welcome to the show, Ma JiD. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Thank you. I'm glad to be here, Dr. Bob. Thanks for having me.
We heard so much about you and all the wonderful work that you're doing. You may want to just drop it on us. How did you get started on this path to picking up the violin?
Well, I'm from New York, from the Bronx, grew up in the area, and my older brother had picked up the fiddle and was studying at Harlem School of the Arts, where I ended up kind of studying because everyone was studying there in my family. But I enjoyed what my brother was doing. I saw it. I loved the sound of it. And I just told my mom, I got to play the violin. And so,
Mom, this is it. Can you please get me a violin?
Yeah. I just, my older brother was my hero also. So I was just like, yeah, I'm going to do what he's doing. And so that's the long and short of it. I mean, the rest is history. I ended up finding myself working, studying at Harlem School, then going to Juilliard pre-college, and then eventually getting my bachelor's degree at the Juilliard School, where I graduated in 2002.
Yeah, and you performed with a number of people, or lend your career, not your career, but some of your expertise to some of their music, right? The Lost Boys right here, you can name them. Absolutely,
yeah. I've played with a number of folks. I played with one of the members of Lost Boys. I played with A$AP Ferg, who's from Harlem. I've played alongside Wynton Marsalis. I've played with the LCJO, the Lincoln Center Jazz Orchestra. I've done some things with a number of folks. So yeah, I've been blessed to do those things, and hopefully more is in store.
Of course. And Ma JiD, you came across all genres. How did that feel? Which genre said, hey, I want you to hang out with me for a little while longer?
Well, I mean, I'm in love with African American music in general. So I've grew up listening to in the home, listening to jazz, been listening to the Isley Brothers. My pop will put it on, and so it was in my soul. It was in my soul. So I would just play along with what I heard. And so the one that I enjoyed the most was jazz, but that's because jazz was so wide. It was so wide. It's a lot for me to explore.
Of course. Wow. You do so much with it. I had to do a paper on jazz, I think, when I was doing my bachelor's. But we took it all the way back to where it originated from.
Oh, yeah.
To what's happening now. As you can see, I have a collection of music behind me.
Yes.
And that has a lot of genres in it also, because when you do a lot of weddings and stuff. But I don't want to talk about me. You have to, or play for a lot of different people. You have to be up on all of those genres of music.
Yeah.
How do you describe your style of music? Because a lot of people play the violin, but they don't play it like you.
Sure. The kind of style that I would describe myself as having is certainly, I guess it's a fusion of hip hop, a fusion of rock. Obviously, it's jazz, but it also has heavy classical influence as well. So I'm playing a lot on the fiddle, but while I'm making sure I'm grooving. So it has a lot of like rock and hip hop influences, because that's kind of what I also was growing up with as a kid. I enjoyed rock. I enjoyed hip hop. I'm from the Bronx. It's the birthplace of hip hop. So
it came from where?
The Bronx. That's right. The BX borough. Yes, indeed.
Hey, listen. Let's talk about trap jazz, because you specialize in this, right? Where did it come from, and how did you get involved in it?
Well, trap jazz came about in the sense that I like to mix current forms of music. I don't just play trap jazz. This is something that I kind of started doing as one of the many hats that I wear. But not a lot of people found themselves doing it. So you would now it's more prevalent, but 4 or 5 years ago it wasn't really a thing. But I would play modern jazz tunes or my own originals, and I would always have the trap drums under it, and I would have the more modern bass, which would allow for it to sound more current and more appealing to just, the average Joe that's out there just listening to music, and they would say, that's that trap violin. And I said, yeah, it's trap jazz because I'm improvising on it. So, yeah.
Some of the places where you played, and what stood out in your mind as one of your favorite places, and where would you like to play next where you haven't played?
Sure. Yeah. One of my favorite places that I played, I've enjoyed great success in that space, is a place called National Sawdust down in Brooklyn. I've played there, and I've had many sold out shows there, thankfully. And the vibration.
Brooklyn's in the house. All right.
Yes, indeed. The vibration is just really right there. I like it. The people are kind. The room is nice, and it's also not too big a room. It's a strange rectangular room where the stage is kind of across the room, but the audience is also across the room, but it's not deep. So you can kind of touch folks very directly. You can see the folks who you're playing with. You can shout folks out directly. I enjoy that space.
Acoustics great.
Yes, they are. Yes, they are. So a place where I'd like to play, to continue the question, is that, I haven't played, I've played in Carnegie Hall, I've played in Alice Tully Hall, I've played in I've played in Birdland, I've played in all this, but I've yet to play at the Blue Note, and I'm looking for an opportunity to play at the Blue Note. Yeah, I mean, I'm looking for an opportunity to play at the Blue Note because I'm sure the audiences would love me there, and it's such a legendary space. Yeah. I want to make it out to the Blue Note. So that's a
Blue Note.
I'd like to play.
Ma JiD a call. Blue Note.
Yes.
Blue Note call. Ma JiD.
That's right.
And
I'm answering
what about
the phone.
The world's favorite Apollo Theater?
I have played at, yeah. Oh yeah, I've played there. I played there several times because my family is from Harlem. So, and I went to the Harlem School of the Arts. So we would play as a kid. I would play there like at least once a year. So I played there 4 or 5 times, 6 times, something like this. I played there professionally as well. In different folks' bands, things of that nature. So I've done Apollo. It's a great place, great space, legendary.
Listen, where are you going to perform next, and where can we go to find out more about you? You got a website?
Yes, indeed. You can go and find me at Ma JiD Violin, www.majidviolin.com. That's my website. Or you can just find me on the web at or Instagram at God Violin. You can find me on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. At God Violin is my handle, at God Violin. And on YouTube, on YouTube is Ma JiD Violin. And
thanks once again to the Bullion Foundation with Sandra DeCosta and the crew. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Yes, yes.
Ma JiD, the violinist, he's got it going on. Thank you so much. He's a violinist, composer, and band leader. We appreciate you, man. Love you. Thank you. Thank you for all you do.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it, Dr. Bob.
You got it. All right, that's about it for everything that we're doing today, but keep it right here. We'll catch you another day, another way. Always remember this: what you are is God's gift to you, what you make of yourself is your gift to God. So choose your choice and let the choice control the chooser. For all of us here at BronxNet, have a great and enjoyable day, and we love you all. Peace.